pretty clear when you look at how a kid interacts with somebody who's disabled. They don't know that that person is disabled, and they don't know that they should be acting differently. And then in that same study, they compared men to women, and women tend to display less of an implicit bias towards disabled, and that can be explained by gender stereotypes, that women tend to be a little bit more empathetic and understanding of other people's situations, and so they are a little bit nicer about somebody having a disability and more likely to just consider them a normal human. And then there was another study that was done where basically the biggest implicit bias that people have is towards people with disability, and the only implicit bias people had that was higher than that was for age. So we're also more likely to be biased towards people that are older and think that they're less capable. So 76% of respondents in that study showed that they had a preference for non-disabled people. And something that was really interesting in that study is that even people with disabilities had a preference for people that did not have disabilities. And so in the US, things are pretty good for people with disabilities. Like, they still have opportunities and all of that. But in the book that we read, something that was discussed is that women are treated especially different from their male counterparts with disabilities, because a male with a disability is still seen as somebody who can provide for his family, somebody who can, do work and be a successful member of society, whereas a woman in the Middle East specifically is what the book was talking about. They are basically regarded as trash because a woman's only purpose there is to be able to be a wife and a mother, and if a woman is disabled, she's seen as less able to do that job, so she kind of gets counted out and told, since you'll never be a wife, you're not really going to be anything, and so we don't really care what you do. And a lot of women have actually found freedom in that, and they've been able to, get jobs and provide for themselves and make their own money, and a lot of them even are able to drive because they don't have the same oppressive views pushed down on them, because they are able to have other aspirations than just being a mother and a wife. One story in the book that I found really interesting is that there was a disabled woman who married a disabled man, and she was the breadwinner in that family. She was the one going out and getting jobs and making money, and he was blind. I think she had a physical disability, and she got him financially stable. He went out and he got his own job. And then once he realized that he could be a member of society, he divorced her and went and married a able-bodied woman. So that was pretty interesting, that even a disabled man would rather be with a able-bodied woman and would leave a happy and successful marriage just because of that. So that was just some statistics on women with disabilities and how they're viewed in different parts of the world.